Hi guys, this is Margaret. I wanted to just come on for a moment and show you a little bit of what I've been up to. First, I just wanted to let everybody know that we got our new eBreath cards. On the back side, you have the vowels and the article list, and on the front side, you have the letters, a little bit bigger than on the card we had before. And it just centers on the eBreath with comparison to the Latin, not the other languages. This card in particularly is going to be used for learning the eBreath. The other card can be used for, everything else, okay? So when I make the books for you guys, Trudy, she edits them, but she's editing the Beth book to see if we have to make any changes. And I thought, well, this time let me go through the Gimel book and see what I can find before I send it to her while she's working on that. So I got my copy back from Amazon and I started working on it, and I see some things that I need to change, which I will do. And this is typical. This happens with every book, but I'm trying to be more proactive about doing it before it actually comes out to you all. I'm a little bit calmer about getting them out to you all these days than I was when I first started. Anyway, so I am working through the book, and I have decided that unless you write these words out a couple of times, it's not going to be easy to do this unless you've got, photographic memory. This can be a little tricky. So we have our, you have your chart like you have in the other books. And this one, Majesty, keeps coming up, instead of a G, it keeps coming up with a J. It keeps self-correcting. It's very irritating. But, so you have the chart, and then you have the space where you practice, but you really need more practice. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. We do have the scramble chart again. And this time, though, I'm going to give you the eBreath. You need to figure out the Hebrew so then you can find it up here in the chart. So a little extra work. The word search, I now have software to figure this out that can use the eBreath language. So that took a little doing. I'm very thankful to the folks the software folks for helping me with this. And so I'm not making this word search. And I found it's a little more difficult because the size of the letters are a little different. There's more of them. And it just seemed to be really different than when I did it myself. Of course, since I did it myself, I kind of knew what to look for, right? Not this time. On this one, I will give you the eBreath to find up here, but I would also like you to practice writing your Hebrew. So just a little extra practice there. So that's a little more challenging, at least this time for me. This book, in the Gimel book, we have a crossword puzzle. Very excited to bring this to you. You'll have the definitions across and down, and you will put in the Hebrew word inside the puzzle. So for those of you who like crossword puzzles, I hope that you will really enjoy this. I'd like to make some room here for you to write these words down like I did. However, I am using that same software program to write this, and I'll have to find out if I can have more room between the little sentences, the down and the across. Not sure about that, so I apologize for that. And then this is it's another new way we're going to do here. This is the double match. You'll be given, that's wrong, that's supposed to say Hebrew. How about that? Let me just go over here and find something to correct that with. How about that? We found something wrong. I'll get it fixed. All right, this is why I do this. All right, so we were going to have English, but then I switched it. So we have the Hebrew word, and it has a corresponding number. And then we have the meaning and the eBreath. And the first thing you do on this chart is match the meaning back to the Hebrew word and then put the corresponding Hebrew word number to match the meaning. Then you come over to the next column, and you're going to do the same thing with the eBrith. I put all this on one page because the cost of paper has gone up with Amazon, and I want you to have more ways to practice, but I just had to be a little bit more creative so that we can keep our, costs somewhat reasonable, okay? So anyway, so I'm working through this book, and I'll tell you what, I have found that these books are not necessarily easy, and they take some time to do them. So I don't think you'll be racing, here's another little mistake, I don't think you'll be racing through them in a week's time. And you might, but I don't know, it might be a little hard. So the other thing I wanted to show that was coming in this book is that I started to realize that we had words that were spelt the same, like these. See how they're spelt the same? They have different strong numbers, and they have different sounds, a different word with different meanings. So I thought that was important, that you could actually see those together. Now, I've also given you whether they're a noun or a verb, and whether they're male or masculine or feminine, which I don't do in the rest of the charts, but I did on these because it makes a difference in how you use the words. And I think what we might want to do with these words is get together live in the chat, in the eBrith chat room, and look at the scriptures where these are used, so you can see how the different words, even with the same spellings. I'm sorry I'm shaking this thing so much. I don't hold still very well, do I? Anyway, we'll get in the chat, and I think we'll have some sessions where we'll talk about these words together, and hopefully we'll get Tad to come on with us, because he can really pronounce all these words, and I'm terrible at doing that. So hopefully he'll be able to join us, and we can then look for the scriptures for these. I think that would be fun for us all to get to know each other. But you do have 7, 8, 9, and 10 deal with words that are spelt the same and have different meanings and stuff. So anyway, this is coming. Now, I'm going to finish up this book, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a slower pace with the books, because I can see that I can see how the group is working. You've worked through the letters, you've worked through the grammar, you've worked through Aleph. People are starting to purchase the Beth books. I can see where just a couple of people have ventured out to the Aleph Bet puzzle book, just to give you more practice in those areas. I will be doing one of those books for every 2 letters down the road. But I'm going to slow it down just a little bit, because you've got plenty to get caught up on. And then, meanwhile, I'm going to get the covenant book done. I have been trying to get it done for a couple of years, and I'm going to do it. So that's kind of where we are with our progress with our eBrith. Just wanted to bring you up to date. If you want one of these, let me know, and I will send it to you. I haven't sent any out for over a month, so those of you that have joined this past month, yours are coming, just so you know. I'm really happy to have it. I think it will really help you. I like it. And on top of that, let me reach back here. Jean did our 2024 appointed times card. They just came today too. I haven't even had a chance to tell her yet. She did a fantastic job on this. So very happy with it. Isn't it just beautiful? You can tell the difference when a person has design background and someone like myself who does not. But and then on the back she has the prayer. So there it is. Very happy with this. She did a marvelous job. So if you want to send me a couple of stamps, I will send this card out to you, or you can send me $1 and I'll send it out to you. We just have to cover the cost on these things. So we're very happy to have those. So that's all I have to say for tonight. I hope you all have a great night here in Calabash. We are having lots of fun with the first hurricane, and we'll have a second one tomorrow. Very, very wet, a little noisy with the wind, not too bad. It's been worse before, but you know, we're going to be okay. Have a great night. I'll talk to you all again. Bye for now.